G'day and welcome to another Pokemon Go video, so jumping straight into Go Battle League. So as you can see, rating 2448 has gone down a bit because I've been trialling out a bunch of different Great League teams to varying levels of success. So if you've got any recommendations, throw them down in the comments, I'd love to hear them. So I'm going to jump into the Great League and I'm going to be running Galvantula, Shiftry and Wigglytuff, so questionable run here. Very weak to the steel types in the back, so if they're running particularly Registeel in the back, I'm going to be very weak to that. Be interesting to see. So the Galvantula covers electric and bug type, so has some coverage over the flyers, has coverage over flyers with the electric typing with the water as well, and then the bug typing is really good for the dark types that are out and about, and then we've got Shiftry, which is grass and dark, so that covers again the water types, covers Wishcash and Swampert really well with the grass type, and then dark typing helps a bit of neutral coverage over a few different things, but also any of the ghost or psychic types that are around helps cover that, and then Wigglytuff in the back, so fairy typing helps cover those dragons. So let's be honest, in Great Battle League it's Altaria, and also fairly good neutral damage, and then has Ice Beam as well, so helps cover those grass types. So like I said, the weakness of this team I think is going to be steel in the back, but we'll see how we go. So I'll jump into the first battle, and hopefully we get a decent lead. So I do like Galvantula on the lead, just because it's got a fairly strong fast move, which fast move is very slow, it's Volt Switch, and then charges up really quickly. So and so does Shiftry, very fast. Ooh, so this is not good for me. So I'm going to have to switch this out. Let's see what they do. So yeah, they're going to switch out into... Oh, so this is not good at all. This is going to absolutely tear me apart. So I really hope I can get to 2 charge moves here. Because... they will probably shield this one up, which is fine. Let's see what they do. Yeah, so they've shielded that one, and they're going to just... Oh no, so they do... I'm going to let this go. The issue here is now going to be what's in the back. So the problem I have is... So I'm going to let this go as well. Body Slam's going to do a bit of damage, but not going to be doing... Well, let's see how much it's going to do. So it does a little bit of damage. And they're going to come straight back out with the Bastiodon. Let's see. And they have, obviously. So I'll shield that up, and then I'll switch my Galvantula back in. Let's throw out a Volt, a Discharge there, and we'll see how we go. So this is really not good for me, and like I said, very weak to Steel type, and couldn't even get to the second charge move there. So this is game over. There's nothing I can do here. They're just going to absolutely farm me down. So the Steel typing, yeah, really, really bad for me. I'm just trying to think of what is the best option here. So I'm going to throw a charge move here, but really there's really nothing I can do. Even if they don't shield that up, then they're just going to be able to farm me down with whatever's in the back. So I didn't even get to see what was their third Pokemon there. So really bad lead for me. So Bastiodon is probably my worst lead, and worse for my team, the worst thing for my team overall, because so I would rather a Registeel lead, because its fast move is rock and is super effective to my Galvantula, so it just makes it really, really difficult. So without a water type in the back, so maybe a Azumarill in that situation is going to be better. So this is an interesting one. So it's going to be, wow, that lick is absolutely tearing me up. So I'm just going to throw these charge moves straight up. Wow, so I'm going to commit a shield here. I think it's probably just going to be a body slam. Yeah, it is. But it's still going to... Yep, so they've swapped out. So they've got the licks there. So that is a dark type move. So interesting that... I'm just going to let this one go. I really don't know what they've got. Bulldoze, so that's interesting. Let's just charge, fast move, farm this down. So it's going to get to another Bulldoze before I can take it out. So I don't think this is going to be enough to take me out, so I'm going to let this go. Let's see what it is. So it's Body Slam, so that's even better for me, and I should be able to fast move farm that down. And then I'm just going to throw Play Rough here, because I'm not going to make it to another charge move, so I might as well. I'm really hoping a Steel type didn't come out. It didn't. It was back to the Snorlax, so it's probably going to have to charge me down if it wants to. Yeah, so charge move me to take me out, just because the lick damage is resisted. So now they've got a Azumarill in the back, so I'm just going to come out, throw my charge if it lets me. So it's lagging a lot. I thought they may have quit the game there, but no such luck. So discharge, super effective there. So interesting that they're not okay, so they're not doing anything, so I think they've given up, but just don't want to end the game because they want to be a bit more annoying than that. Let's see if they shield this up, or it could be lagging out for them, because obviously I'm getting a lot of lag as well, as you can see. And yeah, so possibly they lagged out there, but to be completely honest with you, made no difference. There was no way they were coming back from that, especially with Shiftry in the back. So Shiftry in the back and a shield, so absolutely fine with that one. And got yeah, reasonable. So I don't know what the Munchlax was doing in there. I'll need to have a look to see if Munchlax is actually a decent option. I can't imagine that it's that great, to be completely honest, but I've never actually looked to see what it is. So this is a good lead for me. So obviously I'll be neutral damage to the flying type, but then they'll be taking super effective damage. So let's see what they bring out. So they bring out the Hypno. So I'm going to bring out the Shiftry, which is a questionable move. So I'm going to shield this up because it's probably an Ice Punch. Oh, it's a Thunder Punch, so that's unfortunate. So I'm going to throw my Foul Play. I'll see what they do. I'll probably get a shield, so really I probably should have thrown the Leaf Blade, but we'll see. I may not get a shield because it's such a bad matchup. So I do get the shield, which is good. So I'm going to go straight into the next one, see if they'll commit 2 shields for this Hypno. If they do... fine. So I'll probably do the same, because this is what's going to... going to do the same. Let's see what they come out with. Probably a Shadow Ball this time. Yeah, so Shadow Ball for that one. So I'll going to go one extra move, which is, and then they've swapped out. So I've just thrown all that energy, which is a real pain. Let's see what they've switched out to. So I'm going to do the same and then straight up discharge this, not let it get any chance to do some damage to me. So they'll probably come back in with the Hypno now. So they've come back in with the Wish Cash, so that's interesting. So I think what I'm going to have to do is hope this is a Mud Bomb. Let's see. It is, so I should survive that, and I should be able to get my bug buzz off, which I can. So this will be doing a little bit of damage, so more damage than the discharge would, but it's, so not going to take it out, which is fine. Question is, who do I come back in with? So I think what I'm going to come back in with is the Skarmory, so this is, they want to save the Wish Cash with Blizzard for the Shiftry, but at this point it's game over, and they know that, so they've quit as well. So that works out really well for me. And there's game number 3 done and dusted. So we'll jump into the next one. So run the same team, so got a pretty lucky lead there. The Skarmory, although it's flying type versus a bug, because we've got the electric type as well. So Tropius, so this is an interesting one. I think I'm just going to go straight up Bug Buzz here. So its moves are not very effective, but as you can see, it is, let's see what they've switched to here. So I don't know what to do. Really, really bad for me. So I'm going to commit the shield here. Flamethrower, so it is going to be a flamethrower. So I'm going to just throw up my shield here. Throw the charge moves. No point bluffing, because if they happen to not shield it, which they haven't, it will do absolutely no damage. So I really need to be able to just throw these moves like absolute mad. Let's hope they... so I got a shield that time. I'm really hoping to be able to... I'm going to shield up a second time, which will mean they will probably do the same. So they'll flamethrow it again, just because I've got such a weak... and they've swapped it out, so that's really, really not good for me. Let's see what they bring in. So it is the Tropius there. So what I'm going to do is bring in the Wigglytuff. Hopefully, so they'll probably have Leaf Blade, I imagine, or Aerial Slash, Leaf Blade. So it does a fair bit of damage, so they should be able to get another one off. They can't. They're going to come back in with the Bastiodon, which is a real pain for me. Let's see what they do here. I might be able to get to, and I can't. So I'm going to throw the discharge straight up, so they can either let that go, and it will KO at this range. Let's see, so they've shielded that up, so that's fine. So I'm going to throw another discharge. There's nothing I can do here. They got a fast move in between, so I've got next to no health here, so that's really unfortunate. Let's see what I've got in the back, and I've got a Toxicroak in the back. So I really would have liked to get my... So I'm just trying to think of what the best option there was. So when they switched out of the Tropius, what I should have done is stick in and just spammed with my Galvantula. But yeah, so Bastiodon is a real problem for this team, as you can see. So managed to come up against 2 of them now. So that's really frustrating. Haven't seen a Bastiodon for a while, and now when I have a team that's very, very squishy to them, they're coming up. So not ideal for me. I'm just trying to think of what the best option is and if there's something I can possibly change on my current lineup that will make it a bit more feasible for Bastiodon. So this is an interesting one. So obviously it's flying type, so it's going to be weak, and they've swapped out, which is fine. So I'm going to swap to so I'm not going to shield this up. It's either going to be, well, it's going to be the Leaf Blade. They're not going to throw the Dark move just because that's going to be resisted. So Leaf Blade does still do a lot of damage, but I fully expect that they're going to come back in. Well, it'll be interesting to see what they come back in with, because this has got a pretty good matchup. So it's Deoxys Defense, so that's interesting. So I'll see if I can get to a charge move here, and I can. Oh, so do I shield this up? So I'm going to shield this up because I want to throw my own play rough. This is probably just going to be a rock slide, which it is, but I do want to throw my play rough, and its counter damage is very, very minimal to me, so they're probably going to have to charge me to take me out without me doing too much damage. So let's see what they do. So they're going to just commit to the farm down, which is fine. So it's got the counter damage, so I'm going to throw in the Galvantula and go straight into discharge, so they can either burn a shield or burn all that energy. So they've decided to burn the shield, so I'm going to have to shield up when they come in, because Rock Slide's going to do a huge amount of damage to this thing. So I will shield that up, which is fine. So I will throw a couple of those. I will discharge as well straight up, because that's probably going to take this out. It won't have a huge amount of energy, so this works out all right for me. So they're going to want to throw their Rock Slide pretty quickly, which is fine, and this will KO me, but then I can bring in, so counter damage is going to be absolutely brutal against the Shiftry, but I should be able to get to my Leaf Blade before they can get to their Rock Slide, and even if they get to their Rock Slide, it's not going to be enough to KO, and so that's happy days. So that'll be enough to KO there, so that's really good. So a bit of a different one in the lead for them, but that worked out all right because I had the type advantage there. So managed to get 3 wins, 2 losses. And as it seems, if the opposition team have a Bastiodon in the team, I am super, super squishy and lose that match. So that's something I'm going to have to think about there. If I can get, I don't even know if there's an option for me to win, regardless of what the Bastiodon comes up against. So Bastiodon with Stone Edge and Flamethrower. So Stone Edge is going to absolutely obliterate the Galvantula, and then it's stone type, rock type, I should say, rock type fast move is going to obliterate Galvantula as well. Then Flamethrower is going to destroy the Shiftry, and my Wigglytuff in the back with its fairy type move and ice typing is going to do absolutely no damage whatsoever. So basically it looks like this team, if the opposition is running Bastiodon, it's game over. So I'm always still going to try, because I think the best option is, well, I don't know, to be honest. If they lead with, it's better if they lead with something else and then switch into it, and then with a little bit of an energy advantage, I can spam the, I can throw probably 2 discharge on it, and then come in with the Shiftry to throw some of the dark type moves and maybe take it out that way. But at that point, it's pretty rough, because I will have been down. I'll be down shields probably, and also down a whole Pokemon. So I think this team, if Bastiodon becomes a pretty common one to run through for lots of people. I think this team will need to be switched up, but in this instance, going 3 and 2 is pretty good. And yeah, happy with that. So hopefully that was useful for someone. Thanks very much for watching. Before I completely sign off, let's see what that does to the ranking. I expect 24.54 maybe. Let's have a look. 24.57. So that's all right. Slowly working my way up. But like I said, thanks for watching. Hopefully it was useful for someone. See you in the next one. Bye for now.